Good morning, my friends, and happy Wednesday. It is weigh-in and meeting topic day. And I apologize for this really bad lighting, but it is very dreary and dark here in southern New Jersey today. We are supposed to get lots of rain the next couple of days. So yeah, we've been spoiled the last couple of days. It was 78 yesterday and the day before, and sunshiny and wonderful. And now we're back to bleak. But that's the weather in New Jersey. We literally, I think it was one day, I guess a couple days ago, we had the heat on in the morning and all the windows open and the fans going in the afternoon. It's crazy. But anyway, we're not here to discuss the weather. We are here to discuss my weigh-in and our meeting topic. I was a little surprised at my weigh-in. I had a really good week. I had one day that wasn't so great, but nobody's perfect. I expected to either pretty much stay the same or have a small loss, and I ended up gaining 1.2 pounds. So I'm not sure where that came from, but I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to let it worry me. This is maintenance, and that's what happens. You go up, you go down, and with everything I'm dealing with hormones right now, not surprising. So I will stay true to the program. I will keep on keeping on. Is it hard sometimes when you feel like you've had a great week and you see a gain on the scale? It absolutely is. But I am living proof that if you stick with the program works. So I'm just going to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing, and it'll pay off in the end. Even though I am in maintenance, I am trying to drop a few pounds. I'm really starting to wonder, though, if this is where my body wants to be. And if it is, that's okay. That's okay. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing, eating healthy, eating good foods. We've really done a turnaround with some of the foods we're eating lately. And it's never too old to change. You're never too old to change. You're never too old to learn. And, we've just really started taking some stock in what we were eating and how frequently we were eating it. And we've been very happy with where we're settling. We are not 100% organic and 100% processed free, and we are not 100% getting rid of the sugar-free things. We still use all those things on occasion, but we've just been trying to make some better choices for us and for our health. It's one thing to be thin or to be at goal weight, but it's another thing to fuel our body with healthy foods. And that's kind of what we've been focusing on a little bit. So anyway, neither here nor there. If you want to know more about that, shoot me an email. So this week, we are continuing with the Fan Favorites series, and it is week 4, your dining in or out guide. If we're going to talk about having a meal out, let me just have one quick sip of tea. I'm sorry. How cute is my mug? It says, "You're my cup of tea," and it's got a really cute pattern on the inside. This was a gift from a bestie, Krista. It was a quarantine gift. Anyway, before we start talking about having a meal out, I want to preface it by talking about replacement meals versus celebration meals. And I've talked about this before a long time ago, but I think it's a good thing to bring up again. So everybody goes out to dinner once in a while. I get it, not right now. But why, you have to stop and think, why are we going out to dinner? Are we going out to dinner because we had such a busy day and we didn't have time to cook? Or are we going out to dinner because grocery pickup's not till tomorrow and we ran out of food to cook? Are we going out to dinner because we've been out running errands all day and it's just easier to stop and get something on the way home? Or are we going out to dinner because it is your spouse's birthday, or it is your child's birthday, or it is your wedding anniversary, or it is your best friend from high school is in town visiting. Is it a replacement meal, like the first things I talked about, or is it a celebration meal, like the second things I talked about? Because if you can determine which one it is, you can have a better mindset for what you choose to eat. If you are going out for a replacement meal, you are just replacing a meal that you would have at home, which means order something that is point friendly. Order something that you would make at home. Go for the salmon, or go for the fish, or go for the roasted chicken breast. Something like that, because you're just replacing a meal that you are not making yourself. Don't go for the appetizer. Don't go for the dessert, because you know what? You wouldn't do that at home. And all you're doing is replacing a meal. Now, if it's the second set, a birthday, an anniversary, a celebration meal, that's a little bit different. That is coming up. Usually if a replacement meal, it's a on the fly thing. But if it's a celebration meal, that's coming and you can plan for it. And at a celebration meal, you may want to have something that is a little bit more decadent to eat. You may want to have an appetizer, share with the table. You may want to have a dessert because maybe that really nice restaurant you're going to is known for its French silk pie. I don't know. But you can plan that in, because 99 out of 100 times a celebration meal is going to be planned in advance. So you can use your weeklies. You can have a great week with rollovers every day and build up those weeklies. And you can plan for that celebration meal, and you can go a little bit more decadent with that meal. So that is the first thing when eating out. You have to get that mindset. Replacement meal, celebration meal. Half the battle right there. So now let's go into the meeting topic, which is about eating out. Sure, dining out and celebrations look different this year, but there are still plenty of ways to enjoy yourself and still lose weight. With the holiday season right around the corner, lean on our tried and true and fan favorite strategies to eat what you love and still stay on track. Number 1, do your research. Take a look at the menu online or in the WW app and pre-track your meal so that you aren't hit with sticker shock after you've ordered. This is huge, huge. I always, if we are going out to eat somewhere, try to look at the menu first. And just know that, check to see what is available and what is safe point-wise, especially if it's a replacement meal. And I find by doing that, sometimes I get really excited about what I'm going to eat and I'm not missing all the extras. Maybe that's just me. So definitely figure out, and if it's a celebration meal, same thing. Because even if it's a celebration meal, you don't want to go completely and utterly off the rails. Sorry, I usually have my first cup of tea before I film, but didn't have time this morning. So, I just noticed my thing printed out wrong. Uh-oh. It's covering the words. I don't know why I did that. That's okay, we can get around it. So number 2, set the mood. If you are missing the ambiance from a restaurant or a large gathering, recreate the vibe. Use fancy plates, put out placemats, and stream a good playlist. Definitely set your mood. I know if I eat on the fly, like if I'm standing at the counter eating something, I am not getting the full eating experience, and I tend to overeat. If I sit down at the table, we always use placemats and napkins because it's just what we do, but and we always use real dishes. It's just me. We don't use a lot of disposables in our house. But if I, sit down at the table and set a nice plate, I tend to eat slower. I tend to appreciate my food more than if I am standing at the counter eating or running out the door eating or something like that. So try to set the mood just a little bit. I'm not saying you have to pull out your grandmom's china, but just try to be in the moment of eating. And I think it does definitely help us slow down and appreciate the food that we're consuming. Number 3, raise a glass. And this is the one that is covered up. But it's, about having a cocktail or an adult beverage with dinner. If that is what you like, especially for a celebration meal, don't deny yourself that. Plan it in. And that's what it always comes down to, the planning, the planning, the planning. Now, if it's a replacement meal, stop and think, you know what, if I'm home having this meal, would I be having a glass of wine with it, or would I be having a cocktail with it? If the answer is no, then skip it. Number 1, booze is really expensive in a restaurant, so save the money and save the points. And maybe if you have a lower point dinner, go home and enjoy a glass of wine while you're reading your book or watching TV or something like that. And then that way, it's a little bit easier to control. So just plan for it. Don't deny. If that's what you love, don't deny yourself. Just plan for it. Number 4, start snacking. You heard that right. Have a low or 0 point snack. Don't think just because you're going out to dinner that you have to starve yourself all day, because that's just setting yourself up to go face first into the breadbasket when it arrives at the table, or, something like that, or ordering 3 appetizers. Don't do that. Don't go so hungry that you're going to go off the rails. Go hungry enough that you're going to appreciate your dinner, but definitely have a little bit of a snack. We have so many delicious low point and 0 point foods that it's really easy to do that. So have a little snack. And the last one, number 5, snap a photo. If tracking meals is getting in the way of actually eating, then just take a picture of your food and track it later. Do I agree with that? Not too much. Only because I would tend to overeat. If I track it before I eat it, then knowing how much is in there, knowing how many points are in there, is going to really make me stop and think. Like, half the time when you go to a restaurant, the portions are so huge, you don't even need to eat all of it. But if I don't track it, if I track it first and see like, wow, half of this is going to cost me 20 points, the whole thing would cost me 40. I know in my head, I'll be like, you know what? Half is good enough. And I will get a takeout box the minute my meal comes to me. So I don't really necessarily with tracking it later, and they kind of contradict themselves, I think, with, telling you to plan, but then telling you not to track it. So if that works for you, that's great, and do it. Definitely do it if that works for you. But if you find yourself overeating when you do that, then just take those 2 seconds to track it. Or if you know what you're going to order by looking at the menu before you go, track it before you even get there. So that is it. They are the dining strategies, dining in or out strategies. But like I said, I think a big one is getting into that mindset of the replacement meal versus the celebration meal. And I think if you think about that, I think you'll definitely have some success when eating out. So that is it. That is my weigh-in, my 1.2 gain. It's okay. And that is the weekly topic. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys made out this week with your weigh-in, or let me know if you have any great strategies for eating out, because maybe someday we'll be able to go out again. We just got a little bit kicked back in New Jersey with restaurants. We really haven't. I think we've only dined in once or maybe twice since March. Yeah. we'll just do takeout. I do enjoy my takeout. We try to do takeout like twice a month, so I do enjoy that, but we'll see. Anyway, have a fantastic, fantastic week. Stay on plan, be mindful, and make good choices. And don't forget to eat what you love and love what you eat, because whatever you do and whatever you eat to lose your weight, you're gonna have to do forever to maintain it. So make it something you can live with. I will see you all very soon. Have a great day. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, if you know someone that could benefit from this video or benefit from my content, please feel free to share my channel on your social media or at your WW meetings. Have a great day, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.